Okay, so we're going to start lying down on our backs. Bringing your block or your book or whatever you're going to use with you. And just find your way to lying all the way down flat. Bring the hands alongside the body, turning the palms up towards the ceiling and really drawing the shoulder blades underneath the body. Just closing down the eyes. Starting to turn inwards, the practice of Pratyahara, which is simply an inward reflection, an opportunity to close out our external senses and bring our sense internally back into the body, into the mind. Allowing yourself the first few minutes, as always, to simply settle into the body. This evening, starting to notice the space. Perhaps noticing space at the back of the ankle as it moves away from the body and from the mat. Perhaps noticing space at the back of the knee. Perhaps noticing that space at the lower back. Perhaps at parts of the upper back too. Noticing the space at the back of the neck and gently drawing the chin slightly towards the chest to further deepen that sensation of stretch and length. Perhaps noticing sensations maybe at the back of the armpit. Perhaps at the back of the ribs. Taking a moment to acknowledge any pains or aches or sensations within the body. Just becoming mindful of them this evening through your practice. On your next inhale, very slowly, start to bend the knees and plant the soles of the feet onto the mat. And we're going to press down through the feet, take hold of your block or your book, and gently ripple the hips up off the mat, sliding the block or the book to the very base of the spine, top of the glutes. Finding a position that when you release the hips down feels fairly comfortable. And then slowly start to walk the feet away, perhaps straightening them all the way down to the bottom of the mat. As we enter into our first inversion of this evening's practice, no matter how mild, inversions create the same effect on the heart. And on the body. Inversion is any moment in time where the heart is slightly higher than the head. Gently reversing the flow of blood. More in philosophical terms than anatomical. Just starting to notice sensation across the whole of the front of the body, starting to create space from the ends of the big toe all the way up to the front of the hip, the belly, the chest. And start to become aware of your breath. Your inhale, noticing if you can breathe further down, perhaps into the front of the hip flexor, the belly, up into the chest, the collarbones. And as you exhale, softly lowering chest, ribs, and belly and hips back down. Inhaling to fill the front of the body all the way up. And exhale, empty chest, belly, hips back down. One more time, really slowly filling the front of the hips, extending the belly out. Lift the chest up towards the chin. And then exhale, empty everything out. The next inhale, I'm going to invite you to slowly start to turn the feet towards each other. So if the ankles have allowed the feet to just roll out, gently turn the feet in. And reach the arms up overhead and behind you. Really stretch yourself out from end to end, point the toes. And keep drawing the shoulder blades underneath here. Taking one more long breath cycle in. And as you exhale, release the pressure on the feet slightly and on the legs. If you're comfortable here with the block underneath you, we'll continue to work in this way. If the block is starting to feel a little bit twingy on the low back, by all means bend the feet, lift the hips and remove it out from underneath you. Up to you. So we're going to walk both feet to the bottom right corner of the mat. And then slowly start to move the hands to the top right corner of the mat. So there's a gentle hinge in the hip, making sure that left hip stays grounded on whatever you're resting on. Coming into Banana Asana. Yep, it's a real thing. You can choose from here to stack the left ankle on top of the right. Again, notice the hip movement. You might choose to use your right hand and take it around the wrist of the left hand, gently encouraging a little bit more length into the side of the body. With your inhales, start to become aware of the left side. Imagining with every breath in, those ribs really extending into that new space, the intercostal muscles between them stretching even wider, the left lung filling even bigger. And as you exhale, imagine the rib cage gently hugging back in towards the spine. Every inhale taking advantage of the stretch, of the sensation of space. Every exhale softening, relaxing back in. 3 more long breath cycles here. On your third exhale, if you've crossed the ankles or grasped the wrist, gently let go of both. Then in your own time, move the feet and the hands back to find center. Point the toes, take a deep breath, find length end to end. And then swap sides, moving the feet to the bottom left side. Right ankle crosses left. Hinging the body to the top left corner of the mat. And again, perhaps choosing to stay here, perhaps choosing to cross right ankle over left, maybe using left hand to take right wrist. 2 more breath cycles, breathing into the right side of the body, spreading the ribs wide. And then slowly finding your way back, your own time to center, uncrossing the legs, releasing the wrists. Bringing the hands down alongside the body, and gently start to bend the knees and plant the feet down. Taking a full breath cycle here, and then gently start to tuck the pelvis underneath, drawing the ribcage in at the front of the body. Lift the hips by pressing down through the feet, and gently remove the block from underneath you and keep trying to lift the hips up. Noticing the rib cage, whether the front of the body wants to simply release and try to keep the abdominals braced at the front. Maybe using the hands coming onto the fingertips to press a little bit higher so we shift the weight onto the shoulder blades. Maybe turning the toes out ever so slightly onto the diagonal to help us press through the feet. Really engaging the glutes underneath. Tucking chin towards chest and gently pressing the back of the head down into the mat. Taking one more full breath cycle here. And as you exhale, keeping the ribcage engaged, gently release the hands and lower the body all the way down. Good. Walking the feet mat width distance apart, bringing the hands away from the body. Slowly start to drop the knees left and right. Just letting go of any tension we may have started to create, perhaps in the low back. Once you've done both sides evenly, come to find center. And gently draw the knees in towards the chest. Noticing if one foot slides on top of the other and try to match them next to one another. And then gently start to rock and roll up and along the spine, eventually coming to find a seated position. Okay, we're going to warm up the abdominals slightly before we get into back bends. Everyone always thinks of back bends as this kind of relaxing of the back, and actually we need to make sure both front and back are quite active to pull us into these postures rather than just dumping. So we're going to start feet planted in front. Arms are going to reach forward. We're going to just gently start to lean the body back. Notice if the toes start to lift up or if they hook down. Neither is wrong. And then gently bring yourself all the way back up. Keeping the ribs at the front of the body tucked, lean the body back. And then bring yourself all the way back up. 3 more times, exhaling, lowering down. This time take an in-breath here. Exhale, pull back up. And again, inhale up. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, hold at the bottom. Exhale, come back up. Last time, inhale. Exhale, lean back. Hold. Inhale, come up. Good. And release the arms down. Okay, so this next one you can choose. You can keep both feet planted. You can choose to pick up one leg. You can choose to, with a narcissistic tendency, pick up both. Entirely up to you. We are going to work bringing the arms in front. You can pick up the right one. We did this in Pilates the other day. Right elbow comes down behind. Come back up. Foot goes down. Left leg goes up. Twist. Left elbow comes down and up. So you can either do it feet planted with twisting through the spine and the elbow comes down behind us on the mat. You can pick up the same arm as leg. You can work with both legs, squeezing them together. Right comes down, followed by the left. We're going to do 4, so 8 total, 4 on each side, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll do it again. So whenever you are ready, taking the variation that fits you. When you're ready, bringing the right elbow down and back up. Swapping over, left goes down, maybe pick up the left leg and come up. Maybe right leg raises, right elbow down. Up, left. Up, good. Exhale, right. Inhale, up. Exhale, left. Inhale, up. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last time. Exhale. And up. Exhale left. And up. Good. We're going to come to roll down onto our backs for a moment. Keeping the feet grounded. Interlace the hands, bring them behind the head. Gently lift up the head. Lift up the upper back, bringing the elbows slightly in. Good. And we're going to pick up one leg. Pick up the other leg and straighten both legs towards the ceiling. Good. Maybe reaching the arms forward towards the feet. And then we're slowly going to make sure that we're very aware of the deep transverse abdominis, so the abdominal lines that run through the middle. The ones that are very important for isolating for back bends. So we're going to pulse up for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Come down. Bend the right leg. Right foot taps down. Pick it all the way back up. Left leg bends, taps down. Pick it back up. Right leg, tap the toe. Back up. Left leg, tap the toe. And back up. Right leg, tap the toe. Back up. Left leg, tap the toe. And back up. Good. See if you can bend the knees. Try not to wrap your hands around your shins. Rock yourself back up to that seated position. And we'll go straight into those side twists again. So either feet down or picking up the foot. Right elbow. Inhale, come up. Exhale, switch. And don't forget, you can always pick up both legs if you want to. Right elbow. And up. Left elbow. And up. Right. Inhale, up. Exhale, left. Inhale, up. Right. Last time. Left. And up. Rock all the way back when you're done. Plant the feet. Interlace hands behind the head. Draw the head up. Good. And then when you're ready, picking up one, picking up both legs. Making sure the front ribs stay drawn in. So you've got that real kind of crunching going on through the front of the body, the bracing. Straighten the legs up. Keep the rib cage tucked. Maybe reach the hands up or forward. And we're going to pulse the chest even higher, pulsing up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend the right leg, tap the toe, straighten it back up. Keep the chest up if you can. Good. Bend the left, tap, and back up. Bend right, tap, and up. Bend left, tap, and up. Bend right, tap, and up. Left, tap, and up. One more time. Right, up, left, up. Good. Bend the knees in towards the chest and rock yourself all the way up to seated. Good. Okay. Hopefully the front of the body is slightly more awake than it was. We're going to interlace the fingers. And I want you to bring them, so we're going to interlace fingers, knuckles facing down. And I'm going to ask you to turn the hands away. For someone who's double jointed, this is much easier for those of you that aren't, so forgive me. The hands are going to come down behind the body. Okay, tendency now that we're here is to roll the shoulders forward to escape this. I want you to really think about drawing the shoulders behind you and then slowly start to wiggle the hips forward until you feel sensation. And we're going to hold, so don't go so far forward that you feel sensation and then within a minute want to magically escape and unscrew both your shoulders. Get to a position where you can stay and breathe. Keep pressing through the hands so we're finding more space through the chest. Keep trying to retract the shoulders behind, really open and puff those ribs up. Take one more breath cycle. Good. Okay, we're going to walk the feet closer to the glutes. Push through the feet, push through the hands, and gently bring the hips back to the hands. It's the nicest way of getting out of it. Good. Release the hands in front. Interlace them and just make a wave in one way, and then make a wave the other way. Just let the wrists go out. Good. Okay, find your way into a kneeling position, whether you want to roll over or roll through a tabletop, up to you. So bringing hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. And then moving through a few rounds of cat-cow, but really making sure that we're firing the right muscles. So as you inhale, I want you to really press the hips up, lift the gaze up, and then pull the hands towards you and diagonally out to the right. Good. And then exhale, keep pulling the hands towards the knees, round the spine back, gaze goes back to the belly button. Inhale, keep pulling the hands diagonally back and right, lift the gaze, hips go up. Exhale, press down, round the spine back, gaze at the belly button. One more time, inhale, lift the gaze, pull the hands back diagonally right. Exhale, push down, round back. Good, come to find a neutral position. And I'd like you to push through the top of the feet, again, drawing the ribcage in at the front of the body, so we have a slight doming through the mid-back. Push through the hands, push through the top of the feet, and just hover the knees off the mat. And we're going to do the same thing again. Inhale, lift the gaze, keep the knees hovered. Exhale, push down, round the spine back. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, push down, round back. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, push down, round back. Come to find a neutral position. Drop the knees down. Good. Okay, we're just going to take a bit of a party dog. So I want you to just gently shift the hips to the right. Breathe into the right side of the body. Shift the hips to the left. Breathe into the left side of the body. Shift across to the right. Really press into the rib cage there. Make use of that space we created. Shift to the left. One more time each way. Moving the hips however feels good. They might want to arch up. They might want to tuck under. Good. Okay. Come to find a neutral position. We're going to bring the right leg up behind us. Pulling the toes down towards the ground. So we're dorsiflexing the foot. Making sure the right hip is level with the left. So we're not opening here. We're creating a level playing field. And we're going to start to wake up the glutes and in turn the hamstrings, because we're going to use those contractors back into a back bend. So again, pulling through the hands, press down, lift the shoulders, pull the hands back and right so we start to engage through the upper back. And then we're going to pulse the right heel up. 10, 9, 8, 7, moving slowly, 6, 5, keep pulling the hands, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bend the leg closer to you, point the toe. And then straighten the leg all the way out. Exhale, bend and really squeeze at the top. Inhale, straighten out. Exhale, bend and squeeze at the top. Inhale, straighten. One more time. Bend and squeeze. Hold there. Push through the right hand, rise onto the fingertips of the left. Pick up the left hand, see if you can reach behind to take the foot. Good, and then start to press the foot back, roll the left shoulder open. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release knee and hand back down. Good, and then swapping sides. So again, making sure we're pressing through the hands first, pulling them diagonally back and right. Bringing the left leg up, dorsiflexing at the ankle. Making sure the knee is in line with the glute to start with. So we're not starting from a lower position, we're starting here. Good. Okay. And then when you're ready, we're pulsing up. Pulse. 9, 8, 7, 6. Keeping the hands engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Point the toe. Straighten the leg all the way out. Squeeze it all the way in for 5. Straighten it out. Squeeze it all the way in for 4. Straighten it out. All the way in for 3. Straighten it out. Squeeze it all the way in for 2. Straighten it out. Straighten it all the way in for 1. Really squeeze. Push through the left hand this time, fingertips with the right. Reach behind with the right hand, take hold of the foot if you can. push the foot back into the hand. Allow the right shoulder and the hip to slightly open out. One more breath cycle. Exhale, release hand, release knee. Good. Okay, so from here we're going to tuck the toes underneath. We're going to press back into our first downward facing dog. Yeah, if the wrists are starting to hurt already, this is always a variation. So coming down onto the forearms, pressing the hips back, and coming here instead. Most of our downward dogs will be like this. It's up to you whether you want to take the first one like that or not. So again, with the downward dog, coming back to the foundations of the posture, making sure the knees are bent and the hips start really high. The elbows want to be slightly bent, shoulders wrapped out away from the ears. Drawing the rib cage in underneath the body. Nice, Deb. Taking one more deep, long breath in. And as you exhale, gently start to rise up onto the fingertips. You're going to ripple the weight all the way forward to try the high plank. Good. If you need to move your hands and feet, you are not in the right length for your downward dog. Okay, bend the knees, send the hips all the way back towards the heels, and then straighten the legs up. Inhale, rise up onto the tiptoes, ripple the weight slowly through the vertebrae, coming all the way forward, head pulls forward. Exhale, bend the knees, hips go back towards the heels, straighten the legs. One more time, creating that wave through the spine, all the way forward. Exhale, bend the knees, hips go back to heels, straighten the legs. Good, taking a deep breath in, slowly start to walk the feet forward towards the hands. Nice, Matt. As you inhale, lift halfway and right length, shoulders draw back. Exhale, bend the knees, fold the body all the way down, belly rests on thighs. Inhale, lift halfway and right length. Exhale, bend the knees, fold. One more time, inhale, straighten the legs, find length. Exhale, bend the knees, fold. Good, step the left foot to the very back of the mat. Drop the back knee down. Untuck the back toes. Good. First one, we're going to allow ourselves to sink forward into a low lunge. So really allow the hips to drop forward. If you're feeling like there's a compressive point, flesh on flesh, you can always bring the thumb into the hip crease and sink down with the thumb in situ, which just creates a bit more space in the joint. Okay, left hand is going to ground down. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Keep squeezing the right knee in towards the center of the mat. And then as you exhale, bring the right hand towards the back of your mat. Good. Inhale, shift the gaze forward. Bring the right hand forward to the inside of the knee. Pull as far forward as you can. Exhale, roll the right shoulder, open fingers towards the back. Two more times. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, open up and back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, open up and back. Good, squeeze the right thigh in. Come onto the fingertips of the left hand, keep pulling the right fingers away. Pick up the left hand as we come into this twist. Good, notice the right knee will want to collapse out. Try and hug it in, sink the hips down. Take a deep breath in, slowly drop the back hand down. It might find glute, it might find thigh, it might find calf. Turn the front palm up, reach forward to the front hand and gently reverse back. The temptation is to come out because it helps with the balance. Try and keep sinking the hips forward. One more breath cycle. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Tuck the back toe, lift up the back knee, and step the back foot to the front of the mat. Good, inhale, lift halfway, find length. Exhale, bend the knees, belly to thighs. Plant the hands down, step the right foot back. Drop the back knee, untuck the back toes. Good. Right hand this time grounds down. Squeeze the left knee into the midline and then open the left arm up. Good. Making sure to really try and push the right hip forward, pull the left hip back, squeeze the left knee in. Good. And then slowly as you exhale, left fingers reach behind. Come onto the fingertips of the right hand. Pull back with the left and come into that twist. You missed it. Take a deep breath in. Drop the right hand back down. Sorry, I missed it. Good. As you inhale, reach the left hand forward. Exhale, open up and back. Inhale, reach the left hand forward to the inside of the knee. Exhale, open up and back. One more time. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, open up and back. Good. Right onto the fingertips of the right hand, sorry. Pick it back up. I'm just testing your balance. Keep the hips sinking forward. Keep the left knee squeezing into the midline. You should start to feel this through the obliques to make this twist. And then gently drop the left hand down. Turn the right palm up, reach forward. And reverse the body back. Continuing to sink the hips forward into that space. One more breath cycle. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. Good, this time tuck the back toe, lift up the back knee, sit the front foot to the back of the mat. Finding your way into your high plank, and as you exhale, we're going to lower all the way down. Good. Okay, take a hold of your block or a book, whatever you have. Okay, so we're going to start bringing the block behind us. Debs has done this one with me before and detested it. Sorry. Okay. Bring the heels of the hands onto whatever it is that you're using. Make sure that your fingertips are exposed. Press the heels of the hands together. Start to straighten the arms down away from you. And then try and lift the block up. Keep the head down to begin with. You should feel this through the triceps. Really squeeze the block in. Try and straighten the arms and lift it off. One more breath, then go higher. Exhale, collapse it down, release the arms. Turn the head to face one way. Good. As you inhale, turn the head back to center, rest on the chin. Really take hold of whatever it was you were using. Heels of the hands press in, try and straighten the arms. And then start to roll the shoulders back. Lift the chest up. Press the top of the feet down into the mat so the legs are engaged. Keep pressing the block in. Lift the chest a bit higher. And exhale, come all the way down, release. Turn the head the other way. Good. One more time. We're going to get the legs involved this time if the low back feels okay. You come onto the chin, take a hold of whatever you're using. Lift the block, straighten the arms away, lift the chest. And then start to engage the glutes, lift the legs up. Keep pressing the block in, shoulders peel back. Keep trying to straighten the arms, go a little bit higher. One more breath in. Exhale, come all the way down, release the block. Whew. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. And then bring the elbows underneath the shoulders and find your way into Sphinx. So elbows come directly underneath the shoulders. Hands are quite active here, pulling them towards you. So you lift the chest, spread the collarbones. Take a really deep breath in. Exhale, lower the chest down, draw hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes. Inhale, find your way into a tabletop. Good. Come down onto the forearms. Tuck the toes underneath. And when we come into this shape, it's quite useful. I mean, you're welcome to do it with a block in front of you. To imagine that you're in this shape. So the hands are kind of making an L in front of you. Tucking the toes underneath, pushing the hips up and really trying to push the chest through that space. Opening into the shoulders. Maybe walking the feet a little bit closer if you can. One more breath cycle. And then here's the fun part. Try and push down with the hands and pop up into a normal downward dog. You can do both together. Nice. Okay, as you inhale, raise the right leg up. As you exhale, bring right knee towards the chest, round the spine, re-engage the front abdominals. Inhale, bring the leg back up. Good. This time as you exhale, shift the weight forward into a plank. Bend the right leg, lift the gaze as if you're trying to bring the foot towards the head. Inhale, straighten the leg back up. Exhale, bring the right knee towards the chest. Inhale, shift forward into a plank, right leg goes up. Bend the knee, draw the foot towards the head. Squeeze the glute, good. Inhale, straighten it up. Last time, exhale, right knee comes to nose, and then step the right foot down between the hands. Good. Drop the left knee down, or right knee might have gone the other way. Untap the back toes. Charlotte's frozen. Okay. Bring the right foot closer to you, lift yourself up. So we're coming into that stacked position that we've done a few times before. Knee over ankle, hip over back knee. Tuck the pelvis underneath, like really tuck it underneath. Draw the rib cage in at the front of the body. Imagine pulling the front foot back and imagine pushing the back knee forward. So we're really targeting that left or right hip flexor. Reach the arms up overhead. Keep the pelvis tucked and really try and draw the arms up towards the ceiling. You should feel this sensation pulling all the way through the front of that hip. Maybe down into the quad, maybe even into the knee. Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, cactus the arms down, palms face forward. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, pull the arms down. Keep the shoulder blades squeezing, try and send the arms back up. It might not go as high. Good, and then exhale, pull them back down. Shoulder blades stay contracted. One more time, inhale up, keep them pinching. Exhale, come back down. Good, take a deep breath in, make sure the rib cage is tucked at the front. As you exhale, squeeze the right knee towards the midline, left elbow goes forward, right comes back. Elbows want to stay about shoulder height, really use the obliques to twist. Good, inhale, come to center. Push the knee out slightly, again, rib cage in, twist the other way. Inhale to center. Exhale, right knee squeezes in, twist. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Good, inhale to center. Left hand goes down, dead on breaking my rule of a lifetime, making you do things to the threes. Tuck the back toe. Lift the back knee up, straighten the right arm up towards the ceiling. Good, rise onto the fingertips of the grounded hand. And then open yourself up to find your first warrior two. Okay. From here, making sure the feet are pulling in towards each other. So we're engaging the inner thighs, your adductors, which are also going to be useful in a moment for back bends. Drop the back hand down, turn the front palm forward. Reach forward with that front hand. So really finding the length both sides of the body. And then reverse all the way back. Keep sinking into the front knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forearm comes down, back arm reaches forward, rolls the shoulder open. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, reverse back. One more time. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reverse back. This time from the back position, see if you can lift your back hand off the back leg. Maybe bring it up so the two run parallel. Inhale, bring yourself up. Don't move the arms. Sink into the front knee, reach the hands the other way. Keep rolling the chest open, so we're really firing into those obliques. Keep pulling the feet towards each other, so we're working the adductors too. One more deep breath in, gaze goes down, hands go down. Come onto the ball of the back foot, step the front foot to the back of the mat. Finding your way into a plank, drop the knees. Drop the chin and drop the chest down, so we find this kind of awkward face plant. Good, and then as you inhale, slide the body through. Roll the shoulders back, top of the feet. Start to find your first upward facing dog instead of a low cobra, unless the low back obviously is twingy, in which case low cobra. You're going to come from here, we're going to push down on top of the feet, make sure the kneecaps are hovering. Thighs start to lift, press more through the hands so the hips lift, and then try and encourage the hips forward as you pull the shoulders back. Fingertips really pull towards you, make sure the knuckles are grounded. One more deep breath in here. Exhale, allow yourself to peel down. Good, tuck your toes underneath. Push back into your tabletop. Tuck your toes, push back downward dog. And this time we're doing it both ways. So see if you can drop down onto the forearms, both together if you can, push the chest back. So maybe keep the knees even more bent than in a normal downward dog. Really push that chest through that space. Good. One more breath in. As you exhale, push both hands together. Maybe shift the head forward to make it a bit easier on the weight. Push off, both together, downward dog. Good. Inhale, raise the left leg to the ceiling. Exhale, bring the left knee forward, shift into a plank. Find knee towards forehead, knee towards nose. Inhale, go back up. Exhale, shift the weight forward into a plank. This time, bring the left foot towards the head, lift the gaze towards the foot. Inhale, straighten the leg back up. I think it's the most disappointing pose in the world. I always felt my foot stuff keep my head, but it's not. Exhale, knees towards forehead. Inhale, send it up. Exhale, shift forward. Foot comes to head comes to foot. Inhale, up. Last time, exhale. Knee towards forehead and step the foot down between the hands. Drop the back knee and tuck the back toe. Make sure you shuffle the front foot towards you. And come up and just check in. Make sure you've got knee over ankle, hip over knee. Should move these. See you. Tuck the pelvis right underneath. And then pull the back knee forward, pull the front foot back so you've got that engagement. Reach the arms up overhead. The further you draw the arms up more intensely, you're going to feel this. Take one more deep breath in, reach it a little bit higher if you can, really scoop under. Exhale, cactus the arms all the way down. Good. Inhale, reach them all the way up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, bring them down. Keep the shoulder blades hugging in as if you had a penny between them. Reach the arms up as high as they'll go. Exhale, squeeze them back down. Inhale, keep the shoulders hugging in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hug them back down. Inhale, reach them up. Good. Exhale, bring them down. Keep the elbows back, shoulder height. Take a deep breath in. Squeeze your front leg towards the midline. Use the oblique ribcage in, twist towards that front knee. Good. Inhale to center. Exhale, push the knee slightly out, twist the other way. Inhale to center. Exhale, squeeze it in, twist towards the knee. Inhale to center. Last time. Exhale, twist open. Inhale. Good. Bring the right or the left hand down, mat. Tuck the back toe. Lift up the back knee. So you're in quite a short stance here. Send the top arm up towards the ceiling. Good. Take a deep breath in. Rise onto the fingertips. As you exhale, cartwheel the arms open. Find warrior two on the other side. Good, and then same again, so turning the front palm up, reach the body forward, bend into that front leg, reverse back. Inhale, come up, exhale, forearm comes down, back arm reaches over. Exhale, come up, reverse back. Inhale, come up, reach it over. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Good, and then holding here, bringing the bottom arm off if you can. Really reach diagonally away from that left leg. Or right leg, sink a little bit deeper. Make sure the knee tracks out towards the little toe. Keep pulling the feet towards each other, engage the adductors. Inhale, reach up. Sink further into that front knee. Pull up with the arms diagonally from the other way. And keep rolling the top shoulder open. Pull the feet towards each other. One more deep breath in. Gaze goes down, hands go down. Tuck the back toe, set the front foot to the back of the mat. Drop knees, drop chest and chin. Really find more space. Hips go high. Good. Inhale, slide through. Shoulders roll back. Top of the feet press down. Hips lift up and go forward. Good. And then come to light all the way down on the belly. Okay, we're going to bring the arms into a cactus shape either side of the body. Elbows about shoulder height. I don't know what's going on with my camera today. It feels like it's higher than normal. Sorry. Okay, you're going to bend your left knee up. Bring your head onto the right side, so you're facing your head towards the left. And we're going to gently pick the left leg up and try and drop it behind us to the right side. Good, keeping both arms down, feeling a real stretch through the front of the right shoulder. One more deep breath in. Exhale, straighten the left leg, slide it all the way down, roll onto the belly. Swap sides, head to the right side, right leg lifts up, roll onto the left hip, right foot goes behind. One more breath in. Exhale, come down to lie on the belly. Good. Keeping the arms quite wide, rise onto the fingertips, straighten the arms out. Roll the shoulder blades together like we've done and gently lift up. Exhale, lower the chest down. Bring the hands a little bit closer to the body if it feels okay. Roll the shoulders back. Chin tucks towards chest as we lift up. Head is the last thing to lift. And make sure you keep pressing down to the top of the feet so the legs are active here. And then exhale, come down. One more time, staying there or drawing the hands closer if the back feels okay. Shoulders retract. Lift yourself up, shoulders down away from the ears. Press through the top of the feet. Good, and then from here we're going to exhale. Left shoulder comes towards the middle of the mat, twisting over towards the right side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend the left elbow. Right shoulder comes down towards the middle. Inhale, come up. Exhale, left shoulder towards the middle. Inhale, come up. Exhale, right shoulder towards the middle. Inhale, come up and hold. Three, press through the top of the feet. Lift and engage the legs. And exhale, lower the body all the way down. Bring hands underneath forehead, gently wiggle the hips from side to side. Okay. And then I'd like you to bring the hands underneath the hips, the palms face down. They might go underneath the thighs, depending on how long your arms are. I have dinosaur arms, as most of you know. Okay. This doesn't feel hugely comfortable. I apologize. And you basically end up with your belly resting on the top part of your arms. So you want your arms straight. That's it. Get them right underneath. Good. Okay. And then wiggle yourself so you're basically resting on top of your elbows. Like I said before, this is not comfortable. All right. Chin goes down. Start to straighten the legs. Press down with the top of the feet first. Straighten the legs. Engage the glutes. Try and lift the legs up. The head might lift slightly. Don't make that the focus. Try to lift the legs up as high as you can. And then exhale, lower them all the way back down. If you're wearing a watch or anything on your wrist, or your body will take it off. 2 more times. Straighten the legs first. Use the low back. Press down with the hands. Lift the legs up. Exhale, lower down. 1 more time. So keeping the hips down, Matt. Just trying to lift the legs. Inhale. Lift them up. Good. Exhale, come back down. Good. Release the hands. Bring them back underneath the forehead and wiggle the hips from side to side. Okay. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Find your way into a tabletop position. Good. Walking hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and just come back into that party dog. Just wiggling from left to right, moving the hips however suits your body. We don't want to take a forward fold yet because we'll kind of undo everything we've done. Good. Okay. Bring yourself so you're sitting on your heels, and if you've got your block or book with you, I'd suggest bringing it. We're going to take a few variations of camel, so just feel free to play. If it's something in your practice already, by all means, move on to a different variation already. Okay, so with camel, we want to bring ourselves up so we're on the knees. I'd probably suggest to start with the toes tucked under just for balance purposes. Front of the ribs need to stay tucked. Tendency with this is we see a lot of that, and it's like, got the heels, I'm done. This is completely exposed, which means this is completely exposed. The movement can out or low back. So instead, we're going to start hands to waist, hands to sternum, sorry. So just above that chest plate. Rib cage draws in. So the pelvis will naturally adapt slightly anyway. As you inhale, lift the chest up towards the thumbs. As you exhale, start to roll one shoulder back and then the other. Imagining you're rolling around the block that we started with. Push the hips forward. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, roll one shoulder and then the other. And again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, one shoulder back, keep pushing the hips forward and then the other. One more breath cycle, lift up. Exhale, roll one shoulder and then the other. And try and hold here, creating a double chin, so pulling the head back. Trying to breathe space. Keep breathing up into the hands with every inhale. One more breath cycle. Now wait to squeeze the thighs towards each other and come up. So using the adductors, the front of the body. Good. Okay. Bring the hands in front of you and just gently twist from one side to the other. You can do this with a bit more speed if you prefer, entirely up to you. Okay. Variation 2. You've all got different levels of practice, so I'll kind of show different stages for level 2. If this is where we've started, and this for you is perhaps a new concept, you're going to stay here, and you might start bringing one hand down to the heel, or if the heel's too far away still, you can use your block. Hand comes up, swap hands come down. You're going to do that twice, over a count of 1 kind of down, exhale to come back up, slowly come all the way up, twist. If camel is something that's regularly in your practice, either with toes tucked or with toes flat, you're welcome to come straight into your version of camel. If you need to lean back to get the heels, it's okay, as long as the hips can come back forward, over or in front of the knees. And we find this position here and we stay and breathe, every inhale lifting up and over an imaginary ball behind the body. Up to you. Take the version that fits your variation of a back bend with where you are at the moment. So either the hands coming onto the sternum and we're lifting and rolling for 3 breaths and then 1 breath down, 1 breath swap sides, or you're going straight into a camel and you're taking 5 breaths there. Up to you. Work with your own breath count. I'm just going to have a check on form. Charlotte, you can actually drop your head up a bit, Puppet. So instead of thinking chin to chest, you want to think double chin. Yes, that's it. Yeah, perfect. Good. That will keep the head safe. Good. Nice, Matt. Keep pushing the hips forward, Matt. Yeah, there we go. Nice, there, good control. When you're ready to come up, if you come into wheel, Charlotte, try and bring both hands without lifting up. Bring both hands onto the chest. Yeah, good. And then bring the body all the way up. That's it. Squeeze the thighs together, come up. Don't take a forward fold. I know it's tempting. We're going to do one more variation. So twisting left to right. Okay. Options. You can here, roll, 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 stay here, exchange arms. If you are working on a camel, there's one way to tell whether you are strong enough to actually be holding here or whether you're still dumping into the low back. That is to roll, 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 create that double chin. So we're not here and we're not here, we're double chin, is to reach the arms overhead. These arms weigh a few extra kilos. If you can hold this shape and feel like you're still lifting up and over, you're probably safe in camel. If you extend the arms out and immediately feel like you need to do this, which is fine, by the way, when you're practicing, you're probably not strong enough to actually be in that shape of camel. You're just dumping into the arms. It's just, yeah, just taking the ego out of it and making sure that anatomically you're building strength rather than just relying on being able to load through body parts and pressure through. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to go for 5 breath cycles. So you're either repeating again, 3, 3, 3, 1, 1, or you're coming back for 3 and opening your arms up for 2. Entirely up to you again. I'm going to watch. Really make sure the thighs are squeezing towards each other, regardless of which variation you're taking. So keeping the adductors working. Okay. Go on, Charlie, you got it. Good. Really push the hips forward first. Yes. Nice. Keep lifting the chest up a bit. There we go. Good. Nice, Deb. Hips go forward, 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 Deb. Yeah, good. Nice, Matt. You'd probably be all right if you wanted to put one hand on a heel. Good. Come up whenever you're ready. Just squeeze the thighs together. Good. Okay. Tuck the toes underneath if they're not already. Bring the hips down to sit on the heels. Twist yourself one way and then the other. Bring the hands directly in front of the knees. Forward folds after back bends can feel really intense, so we're just going to moderate them. So we're going to bring the forehead down first, like literally almost the crown of the head. And push into the hands slightly, so you start to push the hips back towards the heels. Okay. Lift up the crown of the head. Walk the hands in front of you and start to use the hands to push the hips even further back. Keep the toes tucked underneath. Don't come onto the top of the feet yet. Good, and bring the head down. Slowly start to lift the head up. Come onto the top of the feet and very mindfully allow the hips to go all the way down to the heels. Use the hands to push them back. Good. And you're welcome to just wiggle the hips maybe a little bit from left to right. The hands will gently start to move forward as the hips naturally relax back anyway. Good. Slowly bring the hands underneath the chest. Push down. Lift your chest up. Drop onto one hip. Left or right, doesn't really matter. Bring the legs out in front of you. Okay. Find your way into a cross-legged position for a moment. Or any seated position that's comfortable for you. Face you. Okay, so we're going to do a miniature cat-cow. So we're going to turn the hands towards us. Pull the hands forward, really round the shoulders forward. Drop the chin towards the chest. Turn the hands away. Inhale, open the body, come all the way up. Exhale, hands turn down, pull forward, really round into the low back. Inhale, turn the hands away. Hips push forward, body opens up. Exhale, hands turn down, pull forward. Inhale, hands turn away, open up. Good, and then just drop the right hand down, reach over with the left. Exhale, drop the shoulder down towards the knee. Breathe into that stretch across the body. Inhale, open up. Roll the shoulder open. Exhale, try and keep the arm reaching away. Close the shoulder down towards the knee. Inhale, open up. One more time. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Reach all the way up and gently swap the arms over and roll them overhead. Reaching the fingers away. Really try and keep that hip grounded as if you had an extra weight on the knee. And then exhale, close it down. Inhale, open it up. Good. Exhale, close it down. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, close it down. Inhale, open up. Pull all the way back up. Bring the hands down in front of you. Slowly start to walk the hands forward. Allow yourself to soften here. Keeping the hips grounded. Gently starting to walk the hands back towards the body. Leaning back, switching the legs over. So the thing with opening up the body is A, it can create these huge senses of vulnerability, but it also wakes us right up. Great for the morning, a little bit more challenging in the evening. So we're just going to try and close the nervous system back down so that you don't all have insomnia tonight. Walk the hands forward again. And just notice the difference one side to the other. Perhaps notice more tension in the glute or in the hip. Slowly begin to draw the hands back. Good. Okay. Making sure you've got enough space behind you. We're going to come down to lie on the back, hugging the knees right in towards the chest, coming into Apanasana. Which actually translates for wind relieving pose. I will leave you with that at home. Squeeze the knees in towards the chest as tightly as you can. And gently plant the left foot down onto the mat. Use your right hand to take a hold of the right ankle. I want you to bring the right foot as close as you can towards the glute and then hook it around the inside of the left thigh. Straighten the left leg down. Keep the right leg as tight as it can. Open the arms into a cactus shape and gently start to twist across to the left side. Normally in yoga, we just allow that top leg to just kind of collapse down and the foot slides a mile away. Being here, we should feel some kind of sensation, and it might well be in the inner thigh. It might be in the groin, it might be in the glute, it might be in the low back. Just allow yourself to feel it. And then I'm going to ask you to bring the left hand on top of the right knee. Again, don't allow yourself to collapse out of this shape. Breathe into any sensation that's now come up. It might have moved to the IT band. It might still be in the inner groin. With your next inhale, I'd like you to gently press up into the hand and press the hand back down into the knee. Hopefully feeling a bit more twist through the upper body as we resist and relax the pressure. Notice if the left glute is tightened and soften it against the mat. One more time, press up, push gently down. Aiming for about 50% of your pressure, not 100%. And gently release. Allow the right leg to slide down the left and take a normal, relaxed, gentle twist. Perhaps closing down the eyes, applying Pratyahara again, just turning the senses inward. And then slowly, when you feel ready, rolling onto your back, finding your way back into Apanasana, both knees towards the chest. And then swapping sides, planting the right foot down. Using the left hand to squeeze the left ankle in. Hook the left toes as high as you can on that right thigh and then straighten the right leg down, keeping the left leg hooked. Open the arms into a cactus and draw the left knee over towards the right side, not allowing it to collapse. Bringing the right hand on top of the left knee, adding a bit of weight. Noticing where sensation arises for you. Then slowly press the knee up, gently pull the hand down. Really inviting that left shoulder to open up behind the body. One more breath in. Exhale, release the push and pull. Allow the right glute to soften. And again, try not to engage the right glute. Just try and push the left knee up, pull the right hand down. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release everything. And then slowly allow the left foot to slide along the right leg, moving into more of a normal yoga twist. Rolling onto your back, hugging the knees towards the chest. Finding a little bit of movement left and right, perhaps making a circle with the knees. You go one way, make sure you go back the other way. And then planting the feet, straightening the legs all the way down to the bottom of the mat. Bringing the hands alongside the body, the palms facing up, walking the legs wide and allowing the feet to fall out. Closing down the eyes if they're not already. And just taking a moment, settling back into the mat where your practice began. So this time noticing the weight of the body, noticing the weight at the back of the heels. Noticing the weight at the back of the calves, the back of the thighs and the glutes as they gently release and soften. Noticing the weight of the upper back, backs of the palms, the backs of the hands. Noticing the weight of the back of the head. Allow any thoughts or feelings to just melt away across the mat. Allowing the whole of the body to really just feel heavy. Starting to come back and tune with the breath. As you inhale, inviting the stomach, the chest, and the collarbones to rise. And as you exhale, gently deflating collarbones, chest, and belly. As you inhale, breathe into the width of the mat, spreading the ribcage wide all the way up to the armpits. And then exhale, empty armpits, empty ribs back to the spine. As you inhale, breathe into the back of the body, into the back of the lungs, all the way up into the back of the shoulder blades. Exhale, empty shoulder blades and ribs. Allow the body to really melt down on the mat. Inhaling, fill belly, chest, collarbones. Exhale, empty collarbones, chest, belly. Inhale into the width of the rib cage, filling yourself all the way up, breathing wider across the mat. Exhale back to the spine. Inhale into the back of the body as if you were trying to lift yourself all the way up and off the mat. And exhale, ground yourself back down. Coming back into the natural breathing pattern, just resting here. Slowly start to wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes. Start to reach the arms up overhead and behind you, stretching yourself out from end to end. Taking a deep breath in, and as you exhale, rolling onto your left or your right side, curling yourself up into a small ball. Pausing for a moment. And then keeping the eyes closed, straightening the top leg, pushing down with the top hand, coming up from a sideways position, and finding your way back into any seated posture that serves you. Perhaps bringing the hands onto the knees, the palms facing up or facing down, perhaps stacking the hands in the lap. Stacking the vertebrae, lifting up through the crown of the head and gently lowering the shoulders away from the ears. Taking a really deep breath in, filling the belly, filling the chest, and lifting the collarbones, opening the mouth and gently sighing the air all the way back out. Inhale, belly, chest, collarbones. Exhale. One more time. Inhale all the way up to the top. Hold. Taking a tiny bit more air. And as you exhale, open the mouth, really force it all back out. Come to sit with the breath as it naturally falls. Then lifting the corners of the mouth and just noticing how it makes you feel. And then slowly extending the arms out in front of you, rub the hands together to generate some heat. Bringing the fingers over the eyes. Blink the eyes open into the darkness behind the hands. Spread the fingers to let light back in slowly. And then draw the hands down in front of the body when you're ready. Namaste. Thanks, guys.